You got spare game codes or any digital goods? There is a place you can sell them in less than 1 minute. Watch. Go to g2a.com. Click Start Selling. Fast login. Go to My Account and click on Selling tab. Sell new item. Enter name, code, set a price. And done. G2A.com Digital Marketplace. Global selling simplified.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Nip Gaming TV. My name is Kyanite, and well, what a first map we had. Let me just change the score at the top. Dignitas, they pretty much went into the first round, not into the first round, into the first half. 9-6 down, and then they brought it back on the CT side of Inferno. But it wasn't just the fact that they brought things back on the CT side of Inferno, really. It was the manner with which they brought things back. Really, such strong fashion. They pretty much decimated Dignitas everywhere they went. And even though Dignitas obviously went into the second half with 9 rounds, they only won 1 terrorist round, and unfortunately, that's just, at the end of the day, not really good enough, is it? But here we go, guys. We are going to be live with FlipSid versus Dignitas, map number 2, which is Overpass, as you can see. Map number 1, Inferno, was actually FlipSid's choice. Not FlipSid's choice, Dignitas' choice. So this is... No, yeah, map number 1 was FlipSid's choice. FlipSid chose Inferno. Dignitas have chosen Overpass. So this is Dignitas' chance now to even things up at 1-1 and essentially take us to the third map, which will be Mirage. And I'd honestly love to see these two teams battle it out on Mirage, because... For me, Dignitas, back when they had Nico, if they could get Nico on point, he was such a fantastic player on Mirage when he controlled mid. But I've not really seen too much of Dignitas with Schneider on Mirage. So I'd really love to see both these two teams battle it out on that map. But anyways, we are about to go live. I predicted 16-12 to FlipSid on Inferno, and it finished exactly that. So, you know, I'm sort of tempted to... come up with a prediction for this one, but I'm worried I'll get it right again and everyone will basically think that it's all fixed. But no, seriously, I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna say, God, my gut feeling really tells me Dignitas are gonna take this one, so I'm gonna say 16-9 in favor of Dignitas. That's my prediction. Don't hate me because of it. But anyways, here we go. Bomb just outside the long area. We can see how aggressive both AZ and Schneider have gotten. Question is, the FlipSid going to try and push AZ, taking the gamble that he's there by himself. Dignitas, they got the information that there were actually players in that area, so they've fallen back now towards the bomb site. Meanwhile, MSL is going to spot the feet of Davkos, but it's only going to be 1 player, so Dignitas, they're in a good position to potentially read exactly how their opponents are playing this one. Kirby's just playing on sort of the jumpy area, which means he can spot in case that door gets open. But no, Markov isn't going to leave any traces. And this is pretty much just typical FlipSid, you know, taking things slowly, trying to figure out how their opponents are set up on the CT side, and they've decided to put all their eggs in one basket straight over towards B. But there we go. There's the jumper position I was talking about, and it's allowed Kirby to quickly get the intel that there are players heading towards this short area. And with 30 seconds on the clock, FlipSid most likely are going to dedicate over here towards the B bomb site. Botnik so close to actually getting a kill onto Kirby as the USPSs are pretty much shooting left, right and centre. AZ lands a headshot onto Bonding, but Markolov now with a chance to get a double. Has a player to his left and a player to his right, and he will eventually get demolished. So unlucky there for Markolov. Found himself surrounded by Schneider to his right and Pimp to his left, I think it was. And in the end, even though he got 1 player, he was getting shot from both sides. And there we have it, 1-0 to Dignitas. They are going to take the pistol round. They are on the much more favoured CT side as well, of course. It's a very similar map to Inferno in the sense that it's a CT-sided map. When you're on the CT side, you expect to go into the second half with a comfortable 9-6, 10-5 lead. So, one interesting thing, though, was as soon as FlipSid hit that B bomb site, I think it was Kirby or AZ, he was actually hiding in the smoke on short that they all pretty much ran past. Such a shame that they couldn't kill him in the end. But, yeah, FlipSid going for the Tech 9 armor buy. Some of them going for P250s. World Edit with the Desert Eagle. We saw what he could do with this Deagle on Inferno. I believe it was the second round where, after Dignitas won the pistol, World Edit appeared out of nowhere and got 3-1 digs. So, you know, phenomenal stuff from him. Let's see whether he can replicate it, perhaps. Just to confirm, FlipSid are winning 1-0. The score will get changed around as soon as possible. Production are on it. But in general, not much FlipSid can really do. Just keep their fingers crossed and hope that Dignitas get a little too aggressive and give FlipSid that entry. And they found the entry, but in the end, it was just far too easy for Dignitas just to play it passive on the bomb sites and pretty much just mow down anyone coming their way. They had the firepower, and it was an easy one in the end. So there we have it, 2-0 to Dignitas. We're not going to see a repeat of what we saw on Inferno, which was Dignitas win the pistol and then FlipSid clean up that second round. The FlipSid now, obviously, not much armor. We really see the nade making a massive difference towards Schneider, and we're going to see the submachine guns as well be incredibly significant up against unarmored opponents. Obviously, on a map like this, which is quite CT-sided, it is just so helpful when you manage on the T side, on the less favoured T side, to win that pistol and get an early 3 rounds, an early 3-0 lead. Because that's pretty much half your job pretty much done, complete. For example, on Inferno, you're expecting 9-6 or 10-5 on the T side. You win that pistol, you get the first 3 rounds on the terrorist side, and that's pretty much half your job already, nice and done. But there we have it. Schneider finds the last remaining 2 FlipSid players, 3-0. And FlipSid now pretty much need to try and rack up around 5 gun rounds, 5 or 6. Maybe 5 to be more realistic. Really, on a map like Overpass, we're expecting more of a 10-5 really between these 2 sides. But again, the fact that both these 2 sides really, really match up well against each other on an individual level, it makes the game even more closer than what many might argue is the current meta. But here we go. AZ, all eyes on the underground area. Meanwhile, MSL's actually going to go aggressive straight through short and hope he catches someone just outside of B long. He's going to run into Davkos. I think Davkos may have heard him, but MSL's going to get that kill. The FAMAS cannot make it too. Bondic alive and kicking, ready and waiting. And suddenly it's a 4 versus 4. And obviously one of the reasons why this map is CT-sided is because essentially both bomb sites are on top of each other. It's quite easy to rotate between the 2 bomb sites in relatively fast fashion. But as soon as you start losing men on the CT side, you can cover a lot less ground. It becomes so much easier, so much more room for the Ts to maneuver in. But Pimp finds a kill onto Bondic with that AWP. The AWP, of course, which he was phenomenal with on Inferno, when he could afford it at least. So it'd be really, really nice to see him sort of pull out the bag this form again. FlipSid are going to have to pick up that bomb. It seems like they're going to go towards A. AZ's making his way in through the toilets, but World Edit's going to make a stinky mess of him. Schneider now with a chance to even things up, and he does. It's 2 versus 3. And Markelov, if he can get this kill onto Schneider, this could be massive, and there it is. Blade and Markelov chime in together to drop Schneider, but Pimp in the right place at the right time to get the hat-trick, and there we have it, 4-0. FlipSid, no cash in the bank again, broke again. And Dignitas really starting to apply the pressure that you have the room to do so when you're on the CT side of Overpass. It's nice to see. So FlipSid, no armor. A few P250s and Deagles out. The best they can really hope for here is to try and brute force a bomb plant down somewhere. Looks like B is going to be the destination for Captain Blade. Unless MSL can blow up the flight, then he has done. There's the wallbang with that M4A4. Kirby's going to spot Davkos, I believe that is, just jumping over that piece of wood. And all Team Dignitas have to do is take their time. Wait for these World Edit players to try and force a bomb plant somewhere. But I'll tell you what, that's not going to be too helpful. And World Edit, did he just pick up that AWP? World Edit has picked up the AWP. I believe it was through the wall as well. And neither Pimp or Blade can believe it. World Edit just picked up the AWP through the wall, I think. Oh, God. Was that through the wall? I need to... Because I kept an eye on the AWP. And it looked to me like it fell behind the wall. Dear God. There we go. MSL will get his second, but the problem is his position has been given away. They're all going to run towards him. Great defense over towards this B-bomb site from MSL. And it leaves things in a 2 versus 2 situation. AZ just jumping up, taking a peek, seeing if he can spot any of these Ts. Relay some information to Schneider too, who's making his way in from short. He's going to skip in. He's going to pull the trigger onto World Edit, but Markelov is going to find the frag onto AZ. And now Markelov will get the clutch. 2 versus 1. Great play from the ex-Navi man. And he will pick up, again, Pimp's AWP. And FlipSid finally get their first round on the board. And guys, I don't know, let me know in the chat. I'm pretty sure I saw the AWP. Can I find it? Nah, too high sensitivity on this mouse at the studios. But here it is. I'm pretty sure, because I kept an eye on it, and I saw Pimp. He was jumping up here, and then I saw the AWP sort of fall down here. So Blade must have picked it up through the wall somehow. God. Here we go. AKs in full fashion, trying to take control of this B-bomb site, but Dignitas putting their foot down and not allowing any more Ukrainians in. World Edit will get what will surely now just be a consolation kill. Unless him and Markelov can go big. It'd be nice to see that AWP given to Markelov. He used to be one of my favourite AWPers back in 1.6, but it's not really clicked for him in CSGO. I believe Markelov may have heard Schneider open and close that door, but Schneider's anticipating the rotation over towards the other bomb site. Schneider will headshot World Edit, and now it's just a case of whether they can find this last man standing in the form of Markelov. I think AZ may have spotted him. The call is going to come in for Schneider, and he's just going to open the door, and there's a pop flash, and Schneider will get an easy spray down. Opted not to actually pick up the AWP off the kill he got onto World Edit. But it seems like we're going to have a pause, and the pause is going to be coming in from FlipSid. I'm not quite sure whether it's going to be a technical pause. Yeah, it is a technical pause. They've got a TeamSpeak problem, but generally speaking, economically, no round loss bonus for FlipSid. Their money got reset after winning that round a round ago, so they failed to make it 2 in a row, and they find themselves almost completely broken. It's only really World Edit with a lot of money to spend, because I believe he's held on to that AWP for the last 1 or 2 rounds that he picked up through the wall. I can't remember. So yeah, that'll obviously make a difference, and he's obviously been one of the players who's been really on point getting frags as well. So yeah, but in general, I'm not really expecting to see FlipSid mount a buy. It'd be nice to see World Edit maybe drop some P250s for the rest of his teammates, or Tech 9s, for example. It'd be good now if FlipSid, if they can't plant the bomb, then at least try and kill at least 2 out of 5 Dignitas players. So here we go, FlipSid galloping towards A long. They haven't really tried out the A bomb site too much. Schneider's going to get up close and personal with this M4A1S. Gets 2. MSL and AZ as well joining in on some of the action here, just towards this long area. And just as Blade tried to pick up that M4A1S of Schneider, Pimp blows into smithereens. And 6-1 is the score. And Dignitas looking very, very good here on Overpass. Nothing like what they looked like on Inferno. On Inferno, they were shaky. FlipSid, they weren't reinventing the wheel, but they were winning all the aim battles. But as things currently stand, Dignitas have really had this CT side on a lockdown, even though it is the more favoured CT side. But anyways, Blade and MSL kicking things off on the other side of the map. Advantage to FlipSid, and it seems like if they can get one more kill here, they will have the B bomb site under their control. AZ is going to get the frag onto Markelov, but the thing is, the terrorists know exactly where he's hiding, and Dignitas haven't exactly rotated an extra man forwards. What worries me here is Schneider making his way in from the underground area. If he can get this kill onto the FlipSid player, then it will turn things around. Suddenly, it's actually an advantage in favour of Dignitas. FlipSid losing the advantage they once had. And now it's a case of which of these bomb sites FlipSid are going to be capable of unlocking. It seems like their hearts are still set over towards B, but AZ should be able to still hold off the incoming troops. He's got one to his left, one to his right. AZ looking to get a hat-trick. He's not going to get it in the end, gets a double, but World Edit in this 1 versus 2 situation, he's either going to run into Pimp or run into Schneider. So regardless, Pimp is going to hear those footsteps, is going to pull out the USPS, and realistically should be able to do World Edit from behind. World Edit knows he's got 20 seconds and counting, so he's going to see if he can turn this into a 1 versus 1 before going behind the containers to try and hide and plant the bomb. But Schneider just about gets the kill through the steps, and the FlipSid buy, in a blink of an eye, shut down 7-1. Good stuff from Team Dignitas. And FlipSid, on this terrorist side, haven't really had much of an answer for this Dignitas defense. So here we go. Bomb on the back of Davkos. As again, on these eco rounds, they're running straight into Schneider, who looks like he very well may get a 3rd kill on his hands if he's nice and lucky up against Blade. But Schneider's actually been forced to fall back because AZ hit the ground too. Can Schneider get a 3rd? Yes, he can. Pimp as well with the AWP kill. And you know what? Schneider's just going to make it look like aim practice. A 4-man for him up against the unarmored opponents. Not too difficult, but not much FlipSid could really do in that sort of situation. I think they would have been much better off just trying to huddle around as a team, as a unit, and just push long straight on, and just hope that they can get a bomb plant. Maybe buy up 1 smoke and just smoke off the sort of CT spawn area, the small steps area, and hope you can just plant behind the barrels. But hello, World Edit wants to turn things around with a lovely crisp headshot onto MSL. Davkos dealt the damage but didn't follow things up. Schneider's actually going to get caught out here in the playground. Can he kill Blade? No, it's a battle between these two guys. But even though World Edit did find the opener towards B, because he didn't have the backup to force the bomb site with him, he had to fall back. And suddenly, Dignitas have regained the lead. It's a 4 versus 3. Make that a 4 versus 2 as FlipSid start to crumble here. They took the advantage. They failed to capitalize. Took on 1 versus 1 battles, and I believe it was Kirby you find a really nice kill. Just literally where he only had millimeters of an enemy to see. And it's little moments of magic like that that really turn things around. The best Davkos can hope for here is maybe the odd exit frag or 2. Unless he can quickly turn this into a 2 versus 1, and maybe with 25 seconds on the clock, mount an attack towards one of these 2 bomb sites. He does have the bomb on his back, so it still is on the cards, but by the looks of things, he's just going to make his way back towards T-spawn and try and hold on to this AWP. But AZ, he's not going to let him. AZ peasy lemon squeezy, and there it is. 9-1 the score. Dignitas genuinely starting to look like they're going to take us to a 3rd map, which will be Mirage. Currently 1-0 in favour of FlipSid. Dominant 16-12 performance on Inferno, which was the first map and their map of choice. Pimp, meanwhile, is going to go ham onto Markelov with the AWP, whilst the rest of FlipSid make their way up long. There's actually little to no resistance over here towards the A-bomb site, so if World Edit and Blade can act fast and realise this, the plant might be on, but quickly, Kirby and AZ have rotated over, So it's going to be a much more difficult job. Pimp as well. Schneider looking to join in on the action as the flash goes over towards that upper bomb site. Blade gets a kill onto AZ, but he knows there's surely going to be more Dignitas players rotating round now. The bomb is yet to be planted. Finally, MSL & Co. hear it going down. But it's not actually being confirmed going down. It's going to be Blade just hiding behind the containers to try and plant it. Kirby and Schneider both coming in with a kill apiece. And now all pressure on Bondic, who's sneaking behind the CTs to try and prevent the bomb from being defused. Can he get the kill onto Schneider? So close, yet so far for Bondic. If only he had gotten that kill onto Schneider. He surely must have been literally only an inch off. So close. But it wasn't meant to be. And Team Dignitas will win yet another round. FlipSid, they've lost so many rounds in a row that their round loss bonus is pretty much steaming hot. But you know, it's nice to have that bit of cash. It's nice to have that round loss bonus. But in theory, it doesn't mean much if you can't capitalize on it and turn that money into rounds. Lounge Ross, the perks of solo casting. So, nade going out straight towards long to Davkos. It's quite an interesting nade actually. I think it's one of those nades that you throw and sort of run backwards, so it sort of defeats the momentum. Bomb making its way towards A short, where Pimp will be the first to greet some of the FlipSid players. He's actually just about dealt damage onto World Edit. I think that may have been through the metal. This is a nice crossfire regardless towards B. Kirby just sort of surfing off that side. And the first player that they'll see will be, I believe it was AZ, but instead it's not going to matter. AZ's the last line of defense, sorry, over here towards the A bomb site as Blade & Co. mount the attack, and Kirby needs to come in and try and save the day. He's going to spray and pray, but Markelov will get his second of the round, and finally something for FlipSid to scream and shout about. MSL is just going to hold on to this M4A4 in the underground area. What I was actually talking about before I messed up the players was obviously one player just holds just behind long, plays a sort of surf bit off the wall so that he can't be spotted by any terrorists making their way in. And then there's another player just holding here, so if any terrorists make their way through, they spot this guy first, and once they flash over and push in, this guy can look up against the wall, he won't get flashed, and then the T's most likely won't expect someone to be in that corner. So, you know, it's just a small sort of interesting crossfire. You'd be surprised how significant those little sort of types of simple crossfires can really be on the CT side. When you are on the CT side, you need to try and think like you're a terrorist. You know, what can you do to fool your opposition to play in the way you want them to play? Dictate their play when you're on the CT side. But in general, still a very, very steep hill for FlipSid to try and climb again. If they can make this 10-5, then credit where it's due to them. The game will be on, especially going onto the CT side. But Davkos going massive over here towards B. He got a cheap kill early on, which I didn't emphasize, but then he saw that smoke of Kirby get thrown, and that completely gave away his position to Davkos. Bondic is going to get the headshot onto Schneider too. But AZ is looking to be the last line of defense here on B, and what a job he'll do of it. Can he get Markelov? Yes, he can! Phenomenal play from the XTSM man. And again, FlipSid find themselves in a bit of a controlling stake in a situation where they've got that numerical advantage. They've got one of the bomb sites, and then suddenly all it takes is one moment of tremendous CS from a player like AZ to quickly change things around. And suddenly Bondic finds himself in a 2 versus 1. Make that a 1 versus 1 with 20 seconds on the clock. Bomb being dropped to Bondic. Is expecting Pimp to be in and around that area, but Bondic will clutch. Take a bow, son. All he could see was the top of that player's head, and he somehow managed to pull things through and win it. What a round that could be for FlipSid. We can see already, because of the amount of rounds that Dignitas won in a row, their money is tight. AZ only the Deagle, MSL only the Mag 7, and if FlipSid can make this 10-4, then who knows what might be on the cards for the remainder of this map. So Pimp going aggressive towards long. Taking that early peek, hoping he can get that first early frag, utilise that AWP that he has, but he's not going to spot anything, so he's going to fall back towards the A-bomb site. MSL pretty much playing in an ideal position where he is at the moment with the Mag 7. Schneider finally gets dominated over towards the toilets. The Pimp is going to chime in. MSL, that's why I said this position was perfect. That's where you want your opponents, the distance you want your opponents to be at when you're playing with the Swag 7. Unfortunately, though, Markelov ready and waiting, and he is expecting someone else to be towards short as well. That man is going to be Kirby with his M4A4. So currently at a 3 versus 3, it's still anyone's round. You can't help but favour FlipSid, especially if Markelov can find yet another frag onto Markelov. Or onto Kirby, rather. Markelov isn't going to find a frag onto Markelov. Again, the perks of solo casting. But Kirby gets the headshot onto Markelov. That sounds about right. Davkost will get one of his own as well, and now it's all down to Pimp and AZ to try and save the day. But what a shot from World Edit. He faked the bomb plant and jumped up, but Pimp is actually going to stop the bomb from going down, and there's only 10 seconds on the clock, and it's all pressure on Davkost. He needs to try and plant this bomb, and Pimp now is going to try and hunt him down. He has a Molotov, which he can maybe throw up against Spangler, which he will do, but it's not going to burn Davkost, and Davkost again will clutch the round for FlipSid. He's really been the man of the moment over the past 2 rounds. And Dignitas, they'll force up everything they can for this last round of the first half. But what a mount back, what a comeback. If FlipSid do manage to make it 10-5 now, really am expecting them to. Look at the amount of firepower they've got. And then if they go into the second half and win the pistol on their CT side and obviously prevent a pistol round bomb plant, so Dignitas can't go for the early 3rd round buy, then it will quickly be 10-8. And if the first gun round goes in favour of FlipSid, then with FlipSid on the CT side, we'll have one hell of a game on our hands. Seriously. And we could not even have to see Mirage if FlipSid do mount the comeback. So here we go. MSL again with the Swag 7. World Edit is going to get the AWP kill onto Pimp at long. So it's a 2-man advantage to FlipSid. They don't have to rush things. They've got plenty of time to take things slow. But oh my god, AZ with the Deagle. That's like the Deagle of old from Saucer 1.6. Blade is going to be looking to avenge the death of his teammate. The question is, can he Bondic in the right place at the right time to deal with the advancing Kirby? And that clock is now ticking down, guys, so FlipSid are going to have to dedicate towards one of these 2 bomb sites, and it seems like B is their bomb site of choice, which isn't really ideal for the Dignitas players, but maybe it'll allow them to survive at least and try and retake it together. But no, MSL's going to quickly face. He sees these smokes coming over. Not quite sure how much damage you can do with the Mag 7 there, but I don't know, maybe he should have maybe tried to wait for AZ. Wait for AZ to make his way in from this area, act as a distraction and allow MSL to sneak in through short, unnoticed. But there we go, Markelov will finish off AZ. And when you consider how long it took FlipSid to get these 4 rounds, they were 10-1 down at one point. So credit where it's due to Blade and Co. Great stuff from them. But you can't help but feel that if FlipSid can't win this pistol, Dignitas will essentially make it 13-4. And at 13-4, from that point onwards, it's going to be really, really tough to see FlipSid mount enough momentum to bring things back. It will be possible, without a doubt, mathematically, but so tough. If FlipSid win this second half pistol, then again, if they prevent Dignitas planting on the pistol round, it will suddenly turn into 10-8. FlipSid win that first gun round in a blink of an eye. Before you know it, both teams are pretty much even at 10-all. So, what a game. This is honestly one of the, even though I'm solo casting, so it is hard work, but in general, it's been a really, really good game to spectate. So there we go. FlipSid are going to have a bit of company towards underground and a bit of company towards long as well. Blade has given away his position. So has Markelov. But I don't think they realise World Edit is also holding the corner here near the toilets. Markelov hungry to get this opening frag, but it looks like it may very well actually end up being Kirby as he searches for Bondit. Markelov gets one. Oh my god, Dignitas explode all over Overpass, and Markelov has no idea what just hit him. He's going to be wondering, guys, where on earth have you all gone? And he's going to be left to fight on here towards the A bomb site. Cannot get another kill onto Kirby, who gets a hat-trick that round. And this is what I said, guys. Dignitas now, they should go on to make it 13-5 from this point onwards. And they'll only need three more rounds to even things up. And what I really want to find out is, were those kills, honestly, that fast? Or did GoTV lag? Because that seemed way too fast to be humanly possible. Oh dear. So here we go, Dignitas looking to stick together as a team, as a unit, as a solid unit, because in case any of these individuals do go down, there'll be quickly someone to trade that frag and prevent the CTs from picking up any of these AKs and Galils. Pimp, though, is going to get the team kill onto MSL. We did see a team kill on Inferno as well. I believe it was from Pimp as well, so he seems to be a little bit trigger crazy, but who cares when he can decimate Markelov and Davkos like that, I guess. And there we have it. Pimp. I believe that was 4 kills from him, but he got the team kill as well. I'm not entirely sure. Would have been cool if Pimp had got 6 kills that round. You know, take out all 5 of the FlipSid players and kill one of his teammates as well. That'd definitely be one for YouTube. Pimp Overpass 6K. There we go. Same old story from Dignitas. Trying to sniff out the FlipSid defenders. Really nice. I think that was either a double or triple nade coming out from Dignitas as they pushed through long just towards this area here where a CT was hiding. And FlipSid, if they can get some exit frags here, then fair play to them. But I don't think World Edit is going to have much luck trying to take on AZ from a distance like this. He could very well get the kill, you know, leaving AZ on 21 HP, but MSL is going to lurk in from behind with that submachine gun. Bondik's going to pick it up, but doubt he's really going to stick with it for the next round. And the bomb will go off, and Dignitas will march into a 13-5 lead. Big shout out to Go Champions League, guys. Go show them some love. GoChampions.gg is their URL. Go show some love to their sponsors as well. We've got G2A.com for all your key needs. eGamingBets.com as well. If you're out of skins to bet, go bet some real money on these teams because, hey, YOLO, why not? We've got Twitch and SteelSeries as well. Go show them some love. And talking about love, Davkos, oh my god, I thought he was going to be on the verge of showing Dignitas some love. But it's actually going to be MSL to find the first frag. We quickly see an extra man rotating in towards this B bomb site because of how many men the MSL spotted. But Dignitas quickly realising that, they're going to fall back, leave Kirby watching just in case anyone does go aggressive down long. They're going to rotate men back round to watch if any of the CTs opt to flank from the upper bomb site. Through the mid connector, of course, around Picnic. But they're slowing things down. They want to try and hold on to this one-man advantage that they've got. It's not going to be easy with MSL literally bleeding to death at the moment, bleeding internally with 18 HP, but it's more than plenty HP for a player of his quality. Things could get really interesting because Blade has gone very, very aggro. So he could mow down these Dignitas players if he's not careful. Only gets 1 kill, but at least now he is going to get the information with 20 seconds on the clock. So FlipSid, the defending team, are going to know that it has to be an attack towards this upper A bomb site. Markelov is ready and waiting as he wants FlipSid to live to fight another day. AZ spots off the head of one of these CTs, gets the head of Markelov, but the bomb has been dropped down, and with 7 seconds on the clock, Pimp needs to plant, but that plant will not go down in time. And AZ, oh my god, AZ gets the double and he will win the round as well! FlipSid! No, no, no! You did not have to face that bomb dropped down as soon as Pimp hit the floor. The player at that green bin faced from the steps, and there was Markelov hidden behind the truck as well. FlipSid, what are you doing? But AZ, what a round from him! Big mistake from FlipSid. But I guess Overpass has been riddled with mistakes for them. I was so surprised by it because I wasn't even expecting it to happen. You know, players of this caliber. But what a mistake he'd make, and now they need to pay the price. Blade knows that Kirby's lurking around long. Kirby is going to get surrounded, but MSL is ready and waiting on short. And guys, that could be all she wrote for FlipSid on this map. AZ's going to taste a headshot. Thanks to Bondic, and Davkos, you know, could get a frag here as well, so maybe we're going to see some throwing coming out from Dignitas. Let's wait and see. What a shot from Dignitas, from Davkos, sorry. How he expected Kirby to be jumping up in there, I don't even know. He took the peek and he made it pay off. So now Schneider and Pimp to try and plant here on this B bomb site. Bomb will get planted just about, and they're both going to actually fall back onto short. We could maybe see both players try and boost each other up, but Pimp's actually going to go towards long, so it'll be interesting to see how the terrorists, or the counter-terrorists rather, opt to try and counter this. Molotov's going down. Pimp's also got a grenade that he can look to utilize it later on. But there we have it. Both Pimp and Schneider getting a kill apiece. FlipSid couldn't really opt to defuse that bomb until they got at least one frag and turn into a 2 versus 1 situation. And this is it now. FlipSid, they're treading a really thin wire. They have to come out all guns blazing after losing so many consecutive rounds. Their round loss bonus has finally kicked in. Wall did it with the AWP. So he's going to actually guess to go in the right direction. And he's dealt damage onto Pimp, who is the opposing AWPer. So he may end up being the first casualty. But no, Will did it is going to hit the floor. MSL gets that kill. For maybe pulling back through the toilets. No, MSL is hungry for more frags. And he knows that there's surely going to be one more person in and around this area. He's got to be careful, though, not to lose that bomb. As both him and the rest of his teammates advance towards toilets. And that's what I was talking about. MSL has lost the bomb. And essentially now, he's left Kirby, Schneider, AZ, and Pimp in a very tough situation to try and sniff it out. Kirby is going to die over... Oh, God, what's happened to the stream? RIP. We're back, guys. We're still alive. So, yeah. What's going on? Schneider has managed to find a headshot onto Davkos, but Bondic, he was the man who dropped the bomb initially onto MSL, but surely that must have been a no-scope from Pimp. Really great play from the Dane. And even though both Pimp and Schneider are quite low on HP here, you still can't help but feel like they may very well manage to pull things out the bag. Blade is all by himself on this upper bomb site. Markelov is quickly deciding to rotate in as the smokes do come over, but if they can find this kill onto Blade before Markelov comes in, they may very well win it, but no, it's not meant to be. Both the players ended up getting a kill apiece, and FlipSid just about hang in there. The best, of course, that FlipSid can really hope for at this point is essentially match point and take things to overtime. They're on the CT side, so it's not impossible, but I won't exactly put any money on that happening. MSL finds the headshot onto Bondic, gets revenge for what happened in the last round, where of course MSL did end up going down like I warned and lost the bomb, which left the rest of Dignitas with a bit of a pickle on their hands. Kirby's just chilling out on short. might later on, just before the execution comes down towards the A bomb site, where FlipSid, interestingly enough, have 3 players. He may run into towards the B bomb site, towards Davkos, maybe try and force one of the FlipSid players to rotate over towards A. But here we go. Markelov is going to get the spray down onto Schneider. And with the smokes being thrown over to A and MSL making his way towards the toilets, it makes you wonder whether they're going to go underground now and actually join up with Kirby and hit the B bomb site. If they do, this will definitely be a much better option for them, with Davkos being the last line of defense. But he is going to land one headshot, but Kirby gets revenge. He's looking for more. Kirby will spray down 2. Fantastic play from the Dignitas youngster. And this, again, may very well be all she wrote. Kirby will make it 3, and he's going to search for the 4th as he tries to find the kill through the smoke. There it is, guys. 16-6 in favour of Team Dignitas. And we'll be right back with Mirage with map number 3 after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.